on divorce court today. Soon after they met, Hurricane Katrina drove them out of town. Upon their return, Quandreka and Jared became pregnant, got married, and that's when their trouble began. Quandreka Bennet and Jared Bennet have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toller to resolve. Testimony in divorce court starts now.
Mrs. Bennet, you're here seeking a divorce. You want me to divide bills between the two of you. You also, as a parting gesture, would like him to get anger management, which I'm not quite sure how that works. And then, Mr. Bennet, you want to make sure that you get to see your 4-year-old. Well, you got together in a very interesting way. You got together on the heels of a disaster.
Correct.
And I want you to tell me a little bit about that, because you think that kind of led to some of the problems that you now have that are ending this marriage.
Well, we met in 2005, right before Hurricane Katrina, and we evacuated together. Everything was okay. We did get off into a fast start because we didn't have time to date or anything like that, so we had to learn each other throughout evacuating together. Everything was pretty decent and good. He's a hard worker. He will work. He's always worked. I got pregnant in 2009 and had our daughter in 2010. He married me while I was pregnant. That's when the problem started.
Okay, let me go to Mr. Bennet. My understanding is, from what you wrote, is that you feel you got thrown together in this crisis situation, you dated for a while, she ended up pregnant, and you married her because, and only because, you felt it was the right thing to do.
Yes, I felt that it was the right thing to do.
Okay. Did you love her at the time?
Well, I wasn't at that point.
Right.
Of loving her at that point, but I cared about her, but it just, things just got crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean, to me, that sounds like a no.
I cared about her a lot, I did, but I didn't love her at that time.
At that time?
At that point in time, no, I didn't.
Okay. Was it a love story for you?
Well, that's weird, because that's a weird way of showing it. I mean, we met in 2005. He married me in 2010. So if you didn't love me within all those years, something is wrong with that picture.
Yeah, what was wrong with you?
You see what I'm saying?
In 5 years, you were with her 5 years. You had to love her a little bit. Come on.
And he did bring home the whole check. So that was some good love for me, baby. I mean, I'm just saying. So
she just started getting crazy.
When you say she started getting crazy, in what manner did she become crazy?
Controlling. I mean, once the time we had got married, she started, she owned me. She got papers on me like I'm a dog or something. I mean, if I wanted to go out somewhere, I gotta ask her, can I go out? I gotta be inside at a certain time. I gotta ask her for money to go spend, to go buy me some shoes or something, or buy something for my girl. She controlled the money. She controlled everything. She controlled me. I just felt like a puppet, to tell you the truth.
Okay. Now, Mrs. Bennet, is it true that he had to ask to go out, that he had a curfew by which he needed to be in, and that he has to ask you for money to buy anything?
I do not fully agree with that. To be honest, in 2000, well, we didn't really start having a lot of problems up until the baby was born. We actually separated when my baby was 6 months old. We married.
Because?
Because I don't know. I don't think he was able to handle the pressure of being at home with a newborn baby. He still was running the streets. I wasn't. I didn't even have a problem with that because, Your Honor, I am not here to change no one. I am fully aware that a man changes when he wants to change, but you're going to respect me. So therefore, what I told him was, you can do what you want. You just can't do it in my home.
Well, let me ask you this, Mrs. Bennet. You say he was running the streets. I understand he was running the streets so hard that you had him take a DNA test with a couple of women to make sure that they did not have his child.
Oh, no, ma'am. We separated 2 years to be exact. And Mr. Bennet and I still was the rescue wife. That's what I was called. Because when he was with other women, I was at home raising our child, okay? And with that being said, when he needed me, I was there. I was there. He was with this girl. He would call me with his problems, and I would listen, and he was my husband, okay? He tells me this girl gets pregnant for him. And I tell him, well, do you think it's yours? He said, no, he was not stupid, that he knew she was cheating. I said, well, Jared, I'm going to give you some advice, because at that point, I didn't even think we was getting back together. I said, well, Jared, when the baby's born, do a DNA. He said that was what he was going to do. He has put me through a whole lot behind slandering my name, okay? When the girl had the baby, him and her had separated. He moved on to a whole nother woman. Oh, yeah. I dealt with that situation, okay? Well, when he came to me, hey, I'm tired of running from the problems. I want this to work. You know, let's figure this out. I said, well, what are we going to do about this baby that's born? He bought the DNA test. I called the girl on the phone. We went over there. She swabbed her own baby. I swabbed him. She sealed the envelope. I sealed his envelope. It was mailed off. The DNA test come back, 0.0%. Case closed. I don't care what nobody else has to say. But his family does not like me because of him. But for my daughter, I don't want her to go through what I went through. And I told him, I feel it takes a father to raise a daughter. And how he treats me is what she's going to see. And my little girl and I are like this, and she is so smart. At 4 years old, she has an old heart. She called me on the phone, because she's by my mom right now. Mama, I talked to my daddy. Did my daddy tell you he was sorry? He told me her exact words before he even talked to her. She said, did you tell my mama you sorry? She didn't want to talk to him if he didn't tell her that. It's no way a 4-year-old child should know the things that she know.
Right.
His anger has gotten so bad, he can't even control it around her. So the incident that we had on Mother's Day, he was cursing me out as I was driving him to work. I'm whispering in the car and I'm saying, Jared, is it that bad? Is it that serious? You hate me that much? My baby's in the back seat. You forgot? She's eating all this in. Why should a 4-year-old child have to pat me on the back and say, Mom, it's going to be all right? My daddy is just mad right now. You know, it shouldn't have to be, you know. So therefore, he took it up on himself, because my daughter's very smart. She goes to pre-K. So she started acting out in school when I let him back into the home. My daughter said, Mommy, when are you going to bring my daddy back by his auntie? Because she's not happy. That's a problem for me. I would choose her over anything and anybody so she can have a good life.
I got you, Ms. Bennet.
Next, is Jared willing to control his angry outbursts? And why does Quandreka stoop to name-calling? Your mama warned you not to marry your mate. If she was right and divorce is your best option, call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Real problems, real solutions. Divorce Court continues.
Mr. Bennet, I've heard a story of a man who's been running around on his wife. He leaves his wife. He has her manage his new romantic relationships for him. I heard a story of a man who has his daughter in the back seat and is cursing and carrying on so much to his child's mother that she feels the need to comfort her. You tell me, what about that did I get wrong?
First of all, yeah, I did. I got on up to my mistake. I did. When we was in the car, I was cursing. I had just got aggravated to the point I couldn't hold it no more.
Is that unusual? Do you curse and carry on? Are you an angry person?
I mean, if I feel like I got a problem with holding stuff in. I'll hold it up in too long, and once I release it at the wrong time in the wrong way. So at that point in time, we was in the car. I already held it built up for but a week now.
And you couldn't wait another 10 minutes till the baby got out the car to go left to center?
She makes me like, it's hard for me to talk to her. I can't talk to her.
Why can't you talk to her?
I just don't know. She's intimidating.
She's intimidating?
Yes, she is. She really is. She really is intimidating. It's hard for
Give me an example of a time in which she had intimidated you.
It was a time when we was inside. I had just come from work. I was laying in the bed, And it was some. I forgot what happened. The thing with the baby, with the other baby situation. And she was in the front, just going out saying I'm stupid and all this, and it just a look that she had in her face. Yeah, a look on her face that she had, like. I didn't want to mess with her.
So she was angry. I mean, people do get angry, right?
Yeah, they do. I mean, yeah, I get angry a lot.
Anger is an emotion. Acting on anger is a decision. It doesn't feel like a decision at the time, but it is. You can feel it. I mean, if you got really angry with somebody, I mean, hooping and hollering and yelling, and a man comes in, puts a magnum to your head, you'd stop, wouldn't you? Because you're going to make a decision. Wow, I'm mad, but this man's about to shoot me. Yep. So I'm going to shut up. And what I'm saying to you is, so at the end of the day, it's really a matter of motivation. Don't say I have an anger problem. You may have an anger problem, but that's something you can fix.
I understand.
You saw a heartfelt, tearful moment for your wife with respect to the things that you did with other women. Did she tell me the truth in that regard?
Yeah, she did. And she did. And by her crying, I really felt bad about the situation, about what happened and all that. I really am sorry. She knew that. I do love her on the screen because she's my child mother. I do love her, but I'm not in love with her or nothing like that at all. And it just fell away. As far as my daughter, that's my heart. I love my little girl to death. To death. And when that happened, I'm at work and I felt real bad. So she had called me and told me my daughter was cutting up in school. And I got to the point like it was the final straw with me, the straw. I had enough. I know I doing too much fussing and all that cursing and stuff. So I was like, you know what? Before I let it interfere with my daughter's schooling, I'll leave.
Okay. I can respect that. I respect that.
When divorce court continues, can a child's innocent video bring Jared to tears?
Do you believe Jared tries hard enough to be a good father to the child he has with Quandreka? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call now.
If you would like your case heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
He's a hothead. We've all come to that conclusion. He did, however, leave when he felt that his anger was impinging on your daughter's well-being. He also says, though, that you won't let him see her at all. Is that true?
That is so not true. Me, always being a bigger person, I still let my baby go over there, knowing these people hate the ground I walk on because that's just who they are and because he helps create situations. But because I know he loved her and she loved him, I still want them to bond, okay?
How long has it been since he's last seen her?
Since June 5th, since we separated.
Okay. Has he asked to see her?
To be honest with you, Your Honor, I blocked him completely out. Text messages. And
phone, everything.
Everything. And I'm going to tell you why. Because, like I said, I was the rescue wife. And previously, and see, I know it works for me. So if I get depressed, then I can't raise my daughter. So therefore, I am removing anything that's not good around me, away from me. And Jared has,
You're not still calling the woman and talking about the new women you got, are you?
Jared, he...
No, hang on, I want to ask him, do you do that?
Not at all.
If I allowed it.
I'm not dealing with no women right now. I'm focused on myself. Trying to get myself together.
I got a picture of her, your daughter. You want to see it?
Yeah, see it.
I want to see it.
That's my twin, my heart.
Oh, my.
I love my daddy, my mom, and my Titi. And my Titi.
Who's Kiki?
Titi, her auntie, my aunt.
Oh. You okay, Mr. Bennet?
Your Honor, I know he loved her. But like I told him, He is intimidated by anybody. Put it to you like this. He's intimidated by truth. And he looks at me like, you think you know everything. No, I do not think I know everything, but I know I've been through a whole lot. And with that being said, I have gotten counseling. I have been through anger management when I was younger. And I'm looking at him like, you're my husband and I want this to work so we can have a family because this is what he brought back to the table. But yet, no, I think that he used me when he got tired of just running the streets or living with his family member. So
you were a woman of convenience. He was somewhere that he could lay his head.
And then he was able to be with his child too.
And they wanted to be with his child.
Right, when he missed her. So when, now I had enough of spending time with the daughter, let me go run back in the streets again. And that's that.
I got you, hang on.
Oh yeah.
Judge Lynn Toller's ruling next.
Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers.
Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toller's ruling right now.
You want $451 because it's half of the bills that you saved from June and July when he left.
Yes.
Okay. What is your response to that?
I mean, I was there. I mean, she could have called me on the phone. She could have called me on the phone and told me, you know, what she had, what to do. She blocked my number, so I couldn't.
So you don't have any problem with paying that $451 of what you just told me, right?
Yeah, I ain't got no problem with it.
Are you paying child support currently?
Yes, I am.
Is he current on his child support?
They actually garnish it out of his check, so I'm still waiting.
Got it. Got it. Let me say this to the two of you. Number one, Mr. Bennett, you do damage when you pursue your own personal happiness above and beyond all else. When you run the streets, have sex with other women, leave your wife and deal with other women, then call your wife to talk about the troubles that you're having with the women that you left her for. It's just damaging. It's mean-spirited. It's cruel. It's unkind. It is not manly. It's a boy behaving badly, you know? And what you do, what your daughter sees, is what she will expect to get. So she got mad daddy at home, and she's got scandalous daddy outside the house. And when you torment her, you torment the little one, because she can't stand underneath all of that rain and storm and wind. If you've got her caught up in the hurricane, her daughter's in her arms twisting with her. And to the extent that you provide a constant storm in her home, your child is getting soaked. I mean, talk about a Katrina of the mind. Look at what you do. And I've got to ask you to always put her and her baby before you. You're gone, you can do what you want to do, but you can do it and be happy without hurting her at all. It doesn't ever have to happen. There needs to be no pain from your direction to hers, because that pain is magnified and directed to that baby you claim to love. Mrs. Bennett, I think supervised visitation is the deal that you ought to strike, and that you should do so in your home state. But ask for supervised visitation so he can earn the calm and the trust. And also, when you do that, they'll take an assessment of him, his home situation, his life, and his anger, and see what is appropriate with respect to your daughter. But I don't want him plucked out altogether, because she loves him.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But make sure your anger is your anger,
Right.
and don't make it her problem.
Right.
Don't project, well, he did all this to me, he could do it to her. You've got to know exactly what's happening, and you need a third party for that.
Right.
So I'm pulling for you to see that baby girl, because she loves you. But remember, the damage you do her wounds her, and you must always act in accordance. Having said that, I will say this: there will be $451 in favor of Mrs. Bennett. Good luck to the both of you.
Thank you.
Quandreka and Jared agree with the judge that they need to be the best possible role models for their daughter. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter @Divorce Court.